Good morning, friends. As you can see, we are in my library and I'm reading this very interesting book which tells me about the incident that happened on this day. And today is October 10th. So let me close this book for now and let's find out what are the important incidents that happened today. Well, the first incident is the discovery of the moon Triton, which basically goes around the Neptune. And as you can see, this is a odd moon actually. This is almost the size of Earth, almost not as big as Earth, and therefore it is a fairly large body which goes around the Neptune. It was discovered on October 10th, 1846. And the surprising part about the Triton is that it actually goes in the opposite direction as compared to the Neptune. So I think there are a lot of speculation with regard to this particular moon. One of the theory is that it was probably an independent planet, and it was later captured by Neptune, and therefore it is going in the opposite direction as compared to moon. So this is the only body in our solar system which goes in the opposite direction. And because of this motion of Triton, there is an immense gravitational tidal forces acting on this small moon compared to the large planet that the Neptune is. And gradually Triton is being broken apart, and there are massive earthquakes happening all the time on Triton, and huge gaseous eruptions are happening. So it is a large body in space which is on the verge of collapsing or breaking apart. All right, let's move to the next one. Well, believe it or not, the mankind never learns, and the safety first principle is not followed very often. And this is about another great fire and this time in Chicago. And this was in the modern era in the year 1871 on October 10th. And talking about the city fires, in fact it has happened in the Indian cities also. Most of the ancient cities like Patliputra and Ayodhya, they were all destroyed because of the man-made fire. And today we learn about our ancient culture and civilization simply because the description about those ancient cities was written by the travelers who visited those cities. So historically, because they were gutted in fire, the city's historic evidence is not found today. However, in 1871, Chicago was gutted, and the fire lasted for almost 3 days. Many dead and many homeless. The entire city was destroyed, and that is why this fire in the history of United States is called the Great Chicago Fire. Okay, let's move to the next one. Well, we know that there are cricketing nations who are part of the ICC, the International Cricket Committee, and the major countries are Australia, New Zealand, India, Pakistan, UK, etc., and also, of course, the West Indies. And lately, we have seen Afghanistan team also participating, and Kenyan team also participating. Believe it or not, there was a US team also for the first time, a few years back, which participated in the World Cup. But did you know there was a Hong Kong team also? And this entire team in the year 1892 was lost because of the shipwreck off the coast of Taiwan on October 10th. A bad news for cricketing fan in Hong Kong, but even Hong Kong had a cricketing team because Hong Kong was the colony of British, and they introduced the game there. And undoubtedly they must be playing cricket, but the entire team in 1892 October 10th was lost because of shipwreck. All right, let's move to the next one. Cycles. Well, cycle have been a mode of transport even today, even in the modern times, because people use even today cycles from going for short distance hop or even for recreation. There are countries which use cycle as a serious mode of transportation. There are many European countries where cycles are still used, and also in the Chinese and Vietnam and all such countries, Cambodia, where cycle is used as a serious mode of transportation. But did you know the first patent of cycle was registered by an African American in the year 1899 on October 10th? His name was Isaac Johnson, and he held the patent for cycles. And eventually, I think there was a time limit, and then it was patent was removed later on. But surprising thing is, a simple thing like cycle was also a matter of invention, and the patent was registered today, October 10th, 1899. Let's move to the next one. Well, there is the battle for independence has been fought across many countries against the colonization, and the great leader of China, Chiang Kai-shek, he was the a great leader who led the independence struggle of Chinese people. And in 1928 on October 10th, Chiang Kai-shek was who was appointed as the director of the State Council of China. So his political career started way back, even before the independence was given to China, but way back. And important date to remember is October 10th, 1928, when he actually came into prominence and recognized as a serious freedom activist of China. All right, let's move to the next one. From China to Vietnam. Well, Vietnam, I don't know whether you are aware, people who are watching my program, because we are live right now. Vietnam has two languages. Just like in India, we have two major languages, which is English and Hindi. And then there is Tamil, and there are other 3,000 dialects and 700 registered known languages in India. But Vietnam is a small country, and believe it or not, just like we have in English here in India, Vietnam has French, and Vietnam was a French colony. So even today, a lot of people speak French in Vietnam, and they actually had their struggle against the French, against the colonization, and they actually rose against the French regime to gain independence. This particular struggle was led by a great leader of Vietnam called Ho Chi Minh. And Ho Chi Minh, in fact, the city has been renamed also, one of the cities in Vietnam called Ho Chi Minh City today. But in 1954, the French troops were withdrawn. And in 1954, Ho Chi Minh enters Hanoi, which was the capital in those days. And later on, subsequently, a lot of discussions were done. But the important thing is, on October 10th, 1954, Ho Chi Minh basically became a prominent leader of Vietnam, and he entered the capital city of Hanoi. All right, let's move to the next one. We are all James Bond fan, and the original James Bond is Mr. Sean Connery. It's a pity that he is no more among us, but he has left beautiful work of art and fiction for all of us to enjoy. In fact, I mean, you can watch the very first Bond movie, because the character of James Bond has been glamorized or created entirely by the personification led by Sean Connery. The style and the kill the bad guy without wasting even a single second, those kind of things. It's done by Sean Connery. So today, on October 10th, in the year 1963, his second Bond movie was released in London, and the movie was From Russia with Love. Very, very popular movie, extremely successful, and it's a good movie. In fact, today also you can watch October 10th, 1963. This was released for the public. All right, let's move to the next one. we keep talking about various leaders who led the national movement in different countries. One such person was Jomo Kenyatta, who basically led against his movement for independence of Kenya against the British. Well, Kenya, believe it or not, is named after Jomo Kenyatta. Before Kenya, it was a bunch of tribes who came together under the leadership of Jomo Kenyatta, and then Kenya was formed. And Jomo Kenyatta became the president of Kenya, and he ruled until his death in 1978. But his deputy, his name is Daniel Arap Moi, a very popular leader in Kenya. In fact, there are a lot of places named after him. So he succeeded today on October 10th, 1978, and he became the president of Kenya, another very prominent leader from the East African nation. October 10th, 1978, he basically became the president. Okay, let's move to the next one. The last item on the list is for the Marvel world fans, and one of the most successful movie from the Marvel world or MCU is the Thor Ragnarok, because Ragnarok basically help evolve the character of Thor as a king, as a leader, as a superhero, because before that he was very brash. But Ragnarok changed everything. His life changes, and his mission to live and to help others also changes. So this is a very classic movie, very successful movie also. This was released on October 10th in the year 2017, not so long back, and it's a very good movie, very, very popular, and he actually united the entire Avengers together to fight the bad forces, and he so-called became sort of a leader, a de facto leader, but not replacing Iron Man, but he's also one of the key member of the Avengers family. And today, which is October 10th, 2017, this very popular movie was released. So friends, these are some of the important incidents we found while exploring our library, and these are the events which are important. Some of these events basically will help us learn new things, some of for merely remembering the dates, because they are related to our enjoyment and entertainment. So friends, as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again tomorrow at 10:30. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.